That's 4.8. Barometer's holding steady at 30.6. The wind really light out of the southwest at 2. The lake temperature's sitting at 33.6, and we've had open water out there. It's still too dark to tell, but after about a mile, we had open water yesterday, but it might have froze up since the wind's so light, so can't really give you much on the lake besides that first mile is going to be a rough track. It's that bad ice that not nice smooth. It's white and airy, and I always called it bad ice, but that's what's going on up here, Phil. Thanks for doing the net. Thanks for getting me in, and this KE8 VOX sending them back to net control. 73, everyone.
All right, thanks a lot, Scott, and we'll be clear with KE8 VOX. Always like to hear my Lake Erie reports up there. Let's stay out by Elyria there. John, AC8AT. This is K8 PMI. What do you got for the net this morning? Well, John must have went and got some coffee or something there. Sometimes he gets away from the radio there, but that's okay. We'll circle back. Let's hit the dog pound. I heard them in there. All of them were up in Chipper this morning. Let's go down to Middlemark. K4OG. This is K8 PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
K8 PMI, K4OG. Good morning, Phil and everyone. Yeah, the coffee's starting to work. Man, I was having a hard time waking up when Jim called. He got my brain kick-started. So, yeah, I'm just looking at the DX Engineering site. Kudos to DX Engineering for making things right. Let's see, Tim Duffy's crew, they're great. I had ordered some connectors and BNC cables the Sunday before Winter Field Day, thinking, yeah, they're going to get here pretty quick. They usually do when they ship from Talmadge. But they shipped from Sparks, Nevada, and they came after Field Day. And they sent me an email, and said, how'd you like it? What do you think? And I was like, well, it'd been nice if they shipped from Talmadge. I was hoping to get them here before Field Day, and it was a little over $100 worth of cables and adapters. Well, they sent me a $50 gift card, and said, sorry, they couldn't find any reason why it shipped from Sparks and not Talmadge. So, yeah, that's awesome. And, yeah, I'll probably spend more than that $50 gift card, so that's what's going on over here. Good morning, everyone. K4OG back to Phil over there, PMI.
All right. Sounds great. And, yeah, we're lucky to have DX Engineering so close, and glad to hear they took care of you. All right, let's head on out to Southern Mark. KE8 SFS. This is K8 PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Yeah, good to hear you, Phil. I'm laying on my bed now, a new bed, and enjoying listening to you guys and everything. We got -7 degree right now, but by noontime it's supposed to be 13 degrees, and then by 3 o'clock it's supposed to be 15 degrees. So it's getting up there. And feel like 15, -15, excuse me, it feel like right now. And wind is 7 miles per hour, north-northwest. Gas price is $2.71 to $2.74 all around Wadsworth. And let me drop that for a bit. Anyhow, doing okay. Like I say, I'm laying on my bed right now, and and enjoying myself. I've been sleeping on it, and I don't know how many times can I thank you for putting the bed together for me, and I've been, like I say, I've been sleeping on it and enjoying myself and everything. Enjoying myself, like I said, and listening to you guys talking and everything, and other than that, that's pretty much it on this. I think I'll just listen now to what you guys talk. 73 K8 Sir Porto Sir.
All right, 73 is you too, Mark, and glad you're enjoying your bed, and always happy to help. So we'll be clear with KE8 SFS, and let's head on over to my neighbor there, Mark. We call him Northern Mark. KC8 FQV, this is K8 PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
All right, Phil, KCFQV. It's about 8 or 9 below zero here. And I don't know what FedEx is doing. They've had a package sitting in Twinsburg. It's been put on the truck, off the truck, on the truck. It's been 10 days. It was sent on the 21st. It came from Grove down in Columbus. Came up on a Tuesday. I think Tuesday was the 21st. Yeah. Came up the 21st, and it's been sitting, running around on trucks up here. It says weather exception. I don't know what they, I know the trucks are big, so I don't know what's happening. I thought it was going to get delivered yesterday. Now it says they'll going to try it today, so I don't know what the scoop is. We got oil Tuesday. They came and delivered oil this Tuesday. Was this Tuesday? Or was the following week? I can't recall. Was this Tuesday or the week before? No, I think it was this Tuesday. They delivered oil. Yeah, it was, because Monday, ring went down on Tuesday, the 27th. Yeah, ring went down the 27th. And so that was Tuesday. So they've been able to get in the driveway because the oil truck came up and brought the oil. But, yeah, I found some new nets last night. Been finding some different nets around on Allstar Net. So we'll send it back to net. Yeah, we got all kinds of nets today. The net you're doing is the first one, and later on today at 1 o'clock is the board and breaker net. I don't know who's running it this week and today. And then we'll find some other stuff around. But we'll send it back to net control, KCFQV.
All right, Mark, sounds great. We'll be clear with KC8FQV. Let's head on down to Akron, Elmer. KE8HNK. This is K8PMI. What do you got for the net this morning? Well, Elmer must have went out to feed the chickens. Let's head on down to Shreve. I know it's cold down there. I heard Craig this morning. AC88CT. This is K8PMI. You're up next on the net.
K8PMI. Good morning, Phil. Yes, my little thermometer said -13. But being outside with the dogs this morning was a glorious moonset to the west, a little bit northwest, and just sitting over there, and just the sky as clear as can be. And now I'm looking back to the east, and we got a little light band of clouds with some gorgeous color coming that way. So the show is great. The temperature isn't so great. So just kind of stay warm and be conscious that this is cold. And even for somebody that's used to it, it's still cold. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you. Thank you for getting up and doing the net this morning and keeping all of us going down the straight path. So with that, 73s, my friend, we'll catch you down the log, and I will be listening on the side. AAHCT back to K8 PMI, and I will be out.
W8WKY.
All right, we'll be clear with Craig, AAHCT. You have a great day, and I totally forgot about our JAXs. Hopefully they're not out of range with their node. I'm going to jump over and check now, and I think Rod had the radio. W8JAX, this is K8 PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net. All right, it appears that I have missed them. That was my fault, and I'll have to apologize to them. All right, let's head on down to Akron. Randy, KD8ZSH. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
KD8ZSH. Morning, Phil. Morning, everybody. I'm down to one dog left in my lap. It is definitely cold out there. Doesn't seem to bother them too much. But it does me, so there's that. Just want to say hi to everybody. Hope everybody stays safe, stays warm, and is able to enjoy the weekend. KD8ZSH clear and back to net. 73s, everybody.
All right, Randy, you take care and stay on the warm side of the door. Sure, those pups will keep your lap warm. We'll be clear with KD8ZSH. Let's head on. I forgot all our Outlanders first thing in the morning. That's what I get for waking up late. Let's see what's going on in Tulsa, and Ray can give us an update on the Boredom Breaker Net for this afternoon. K5 CFY, this is K8 PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
PMI, K5CFY. Good morning, Phil. Good to hear you on there. Thanks for running the Barometer Net and getting my day started off right. It's cold here in Tulsa. I think, 10 degrees, but I guess that's warm compared to what it is up there in Ohio. But anyway, good to hear everybody. Hope everybody stays warm. See, I got the first hour today, and I think Mr. Josh has the second hour, so hope everybody tunes in. And with that, I'll give it back to you. Everybody stay warm, stay safe. 73, K5, CFY.
All right, thanks a lot, Ray. We appreciate it, and hopefully I can break through the pile-ups and check in with you on your net. So we appreciate you being here. 73. All right, let's do the weather. I'm going to do national weather first, and then we'll get over to Bill to get our space weather. So WB6BJN, this is K8 PMI. We're ready for your weather report.
Hey, Phil, good morning, and good morning to everyone. And, hey, I have some good news. Maybe a little bit of good news for everybody. For maybe some, and it looks more promising for some warmer weather next week. And we'll talk about that. I'm going to give my conditions here first. Let me put that little switch over there, and hopefully... Okay, here we go. 30.38.1 on the barometer, and it is rising. 11.8 degrees, and it feels like 0. It's 11.8 right now, and feels like 0. And we're further south, and that's cold for Clarksville, Tennessee. Humidity, 79%. in 5.6, gusting to 10. 5 gusting to 10 from the north-northeast on the wind. In 6.6 on the dew point, so it's fairly dry. That's Arctic air. That's a polar continental air mass. And so that's why the dew points are so low. There you go. And it's going to continue very cold. In fact, for you guys in Ohio, they're saying a prolonged Arctic air mass through the weekend. They still have cold weather advisories and extreme cold weather warnings. If you don't have to go out, be careful. Let me take a break. If you go outside, make sure you dress in layers. Now, there could be a few snow flurries today, but nothing big. Nothing until maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, and then there's a couple of clipper systems. Now, clipper systems happen to be a little warmer than a major polar air mass, so there still could be some snow, but temperatures could actually be warmer. And as we work through the week and in toward the weekend, the flow in the upper levels is going to become a little more zonal, and the high pressure that sits over the western United States is going to be kind of moving eastward, and that is going to cut off, for a while at least, the polar vortex. So I think temperatures are going to start warming. People in Texas are going to warm back up into the 70s. So should people in Florida. But before that happens, lots of cold air for the weekend and into the very first part of next week. Tomorrow could be a transition day for a lot of people. Let me take a... For the south, the Carolinas are under a major snowstorm, dangerous cold conditions, lots of snow for the Carolinas. Could be some hurricane-force winds off the coast of the Carolinas. And it's called a bombing low-pressure system, bombogenesis, which means at least a 20 millibar drop in pressure. And this storm is just going to explode over the Carolinas. So, believe it or not, the situation in the south is much worse than it is in parts of the Midwest and the east. They're actually going to be quieter. That will move up the coast, and parts of the east coast may get some snow, but nothing like the Carolinas. There's even parts of Florida that could get some snow flurries over the weekend if things work out right. The west coast is high and dry, and folks, as long as that high remains in the west, active weather will remain in the Midwest and east, but it could be a bit warmer. Yay! And I'm all for a little bit warmer weather. Phil, back to you, sir. And everybody, please be safe and be careful with the cold. Stay wrapped up, and hopefully let's pray for some a little bit warmer weather next week. Back to you, sir. WB6BJ.
All right, thank you very much, Mark. We'll be clear with WB6BJN. And now we're going to head out to the National Weather Service. NAWS, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
KPMI in the group, NAWS. Good morning, Phil. Good morning, all the net. Well, I had minus 5 degrees on my computer, but my indoor-outdoor thermometer said -2. Humidity 87%, wind speed west is 5, barometer 30-20, dew point -8 degrees, visibility 10 miles. Well, I can see the lights, that's 3 miles away. Wind chill is -16. Prediction for today is a chance of snow showers, mainly after 1 p.m. Partly sunny with a high near 14. Wind chill values as low as -12. Calm winds becoming 5 to 8 miles an hour in the morning. Chance of precipitation 30%. Total daytime accumulation less than a half an inch is possible. It's possible it could be more too. They like to hype that up. My sunrise 7:37, my sunset 5:42. Length of day 10 hours 5 minutes. Solar flux indices at 128. Sunspot number 79. A is 10, K is 1. Geomagnetic field is very quiet. No E-skip predicted. And let's see. Where to go? Here it is. Spaceweather.com. A surprising super plasma bubble. A new study just published in the journal Space Weather describes a super plasma bubble that appeared in Earth's upper atmosphere during a minor geomagnetic storm. Normally, plasma bubbles stay near the equator. In this case, a surprising surge of electric field lifted the ionosphere, allowing the bubble to grow and spread. The result was a widespread GPS disturbance in Europe and Africa. Minor storms, the authors concluded, can produce major effects. And the night of the snow moon, that's what the moon's called. Currently, there's 9 sunspot groups on the sun. And that's about it for me. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you whenever we can. K8PMI in the group, NHWS 73, everyone.
Right, thank you very much, Bill. We'll be clear with it. EWS. And the last one on my list is in North Bedstead. We're getting probably the beds on the air still. KB8LJ, this is K8PMI. What do you got for the net this morning there, Chuck?
K8PMI from KB8LJ. Good morning there, and everybody in the net. Well, I'm in a little bit of a porky mood this morning because I was half awake when I heard somebody talking about February being a perfect rectangle on the calendar this year, and said that it was going to be an obscene amount of time before that could happen again. Well, it just so happens that about 15 years ago, I built an on-screen calendar for my computer that has a selectable range of quite a few centuries, and so I decided to check out that allegation as to when the next perfect rectangle for February is going to happen. And it is going to be, as I knew before I even started, it will be in 2054, and then the next one will be in 2082. And the reason is because most of the Gregorian calendar repeats every 28 years, and so you take 28 years from now and 56 years, and bingo, you got your perfect rectangles. So, in fact, I've got them displayed on the screen here right now. I got to give myself accolades for a program that I wrote way back when, still runs perfectly on latest operating system. So, KB8LJ, back to that.
All right, we'll be clear with KB8LJ. That sounds pretty interesting. All right, that brings me to the bottom of the list. We're halfway through the show. Let me identify this. This is the WAWKY Sarah Barometer Net. And we're going to get some check-ins here. So anybody that would like to check in, call now. I'm listening. This is K8PMI.
No, that's
WVV, Ethan in
EchoLink. Kilo Echo
Number 8, Mike
Echo
Kilo Romeo,
Echo
MKR Mobile, KE80GH.
Kilo 3 Kilo ATG, Victor
X-Ray, KE8VQX Joe in Akron.
November 8, Victor Foxtrot Kilo, N8 VFK, Cliff, Columbia Station.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, we had a few crashes. I'm going to let you know who I got, and then you can come back. I got N8JKO, MKR. Can you give me your prefix, please?
November 8, Mike Kilo Romeo, Mobile, John.
Yep, you guys were in a perfect tandem with JKO, but I got part of each. So, very good. You'll be first since you're mobile. I have K8PJW, I got KE8VQX, and I got N8VFK. Anybody else that I missed? Call now, please.
KE8HNK. I don't know if you called me or not, but I'm here.
And KE8WVV. Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Victor Victor. Ethan in Manaway. I must have been in that tangle too.
And KE8EGH, Kilo Echo 8, Echo Golf Hotel 7.
Nicely done. Got them all there. And we'll start with our mobile, N8MKR. This is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Well, good morning. This is N8MKR Mobile. Just out and about early this day, headed to Brunswick, and enjoying the clear roads. It's cold, though. Just want to wish everyone a good morning. Don't have anything special going on. It's going to be a nice weekend, I think. 7-3 all, N8MKR.
N8MKR, thank you very much for joining us and appreciate the check-in. All right, let's head on over to Joe and Willoughby. N8JKO, you're up next on the Barometer Net.
Good morning, Net Control, and good morning, everybody on the net. This is N8JKO. Well, we got 6 degrees and 69% humidity here along the beautiful north coast in Willoughby, Ohio. It is snowing, very lightly, so oh joy, oh bliss. Just one of those days, I guess we're going to take care of business. Plans, items, well, centers around one word, grandchildren. So we're going to be focusing on them this weekend, and just life is very good. So I will send it back to Net Control with best wishes to everyone. Please take care. God bless. Stay warm. And 7-3, N8JKO, back to Net Control.
Joe, appreciate it, and yep, the grandchildren are the best. I'll be seeing my granddaughter today, so looking forward to it. All right, we'll be clear with N8JKO. I'm going to go a little bit out of order here and pick up Elmer, because I called for him earlier, but he was probably out feeding the chickens. KE8HNK, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the Barometer Net.
Hey, PMI, good morning there, Phil, K8H and Group. This morning I am actually, was out turning the heat on in the shop. I got -6, went down to -8 this morning. Really wasn't supposed to be single digits, so thankfully I didn't remove the chickens' covers off their coop, so they should be fine. I'm not going to let them open until it's double digits, so that's about noon or so they get about 4 hours of light time. Other than that, just getting ready to take the XYL to an appointment at 10, and that's just about it, really. Other than that, I just don't have that much to go on this morning. Hopefully everybody stays healthy, stay blessed, and try to stay warm. At least one thing we can say, it is warming up this week. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you, K8HNK, back over to KPMI.
W8WKY.
All right, thanks a lot, Elmer. And be careful out there when you're outside because it is cold. All right, let's head over to my other neighbor, Phil. K8PJW. This is K8BMI. What do you got for the net this morning?
K8PMI, K8PJW. Good morning, Phil, and good morning to the Barometer Net out there on this, I guess, Super Saturday. I don't know. Let's see. We're starting the day off here at -3, headed up to 16. It'll be 20 tomorrow, so a slight warming trend there. Cloudy day. Barometer says 30.32, and we got a couple of cents relief from the gas price. We're at 2.67 now, so hopefully it'll keep on going in that direction. Other than that, just trying to nurse my shoulder back into shape again. It's going pretty well. I can do pretty much everything at the moment. I still have to do a few exercises to keep it all loosened up, but the pinched nerve seems to have subsided a lot more than it was a few months ago, so I'm very happy for that. Other than that, we're preparing for a little jaunt down to Florida to visit my brother-in-law, to spend some time with him and keep him straight, so that should be a lot of fun, and maybe escape some of this cold madness. With that, I'll take a break for time. (1828), the Scotch tape was first marketed by 3M Corporation. 1948, the magnetic tape recorder was developed by Wireway. And in 1955, RCA demonstrates the first music synthesizer. And that's the way it was. This is K8PJW. Back to the net.
All right, Phil, thanks a lot, and we appreciate the history lessons. All right, let's head on over to K8VQX. Joe in Akron, what do you got for the net this morning?
K8PMI, this is KE8VQX. Good morning, Phil, and everyone on the Saturday morning net. Not much going on. It's about -3.6 according to my machine here, west side of Akron. Got a little cross-country skiing in last night. It's always fun to do, be out in the woods with almost full moon and a headlamp on your head. Not too cold when you're in the woods. There's no wind, really. Plus, you're moving pretty quick and get a little sweaty, actually. Guess I'll probably go down to the range today, get a little practice in, and then maybe I'll do something responsible later on, and the things that I should be doing rather than I just want to do. Anyway, thanks for getting me in, Phil. I'll give it back to you. This is KE8VQX, back to KPMI and the net control.
All right, we'll be clear with Cliff. I think I got it backwards. We were just with Joe. KE8VQX. All right, now we're going to head out to Cliff at N8VFK and out there in the rain. What do you got for us there, Cliff?
K8PMI in the net, N8VFK. Good morning, Phil, and all the listeners out there. Well, it's cold out here in Lorain County. I've got -6, and at 2:30 my chart said it was -12, so it's warming up a little bit. I got -10 for dew point, 84% humidity, and barometer at 30.26 and steady. Yeah, it's gonna be a cold one, but I'm glad there's gonna be some light at the end of the tunnel and getting a little bit warmer weather coming up here in the next week. Phil, I really think it's very honorable that you helped out Southern Mark with his bed. I know he struggled with that for months and months and all that. So that's, kudos to you, my friend. I have to laugh with Mark, OG, about talking about DX, and I'm actually working on a shopping list now, and that gift card would probably not even cover the sales tax. I love that store. And it's so nice to have one that close to us. Phil, I'll hand it back over to you. Have a great day. K8 PMI and 8 VFK 73s, and stay warm, everybody.
All right, Cliff, thanks a lot. And we'll be clear with NATFK. Yeah, that's what I like about this hobby. You can spend a bunch, or you don't have to spend that much, and you can get on the air. It's just whatever tickles your fancy, and there's a lot of opportunities out there, so that's awesome. All right, I haven't heard Ethan in a while. Finally checks into my net. You probably sleep in a lot. KE8WVV, what do you got for the net, Ethan? This is K8 PMI.
KE8WVV. Well, good morning, everybody on the net. Yeah, I haven't been on here in quite a while, but I had a soldering project to do, and the radio had to be on for that, so I said, why not check in and say hello to everybody? So, here I am. Recently, we've been going down to Chardon, and we've been racing RC cars. A new track just opened up down there a couple weeks ago, and it's real nice. So today we're going to go down there and race oval. Yesterday, my dad and he drove a two-wheel drive buggy, and I drove a two-wheel drive stadium truck in different classes, and that was real fun. So hopefully we're planning on having some more fun today with some on-road cars. Anyways, voltage question for everybody, because I really don't want to mess this up. I have a wall brick that outputs 12 volts DC, and one of the wires is black with white dashes, and the other one is just black. I know one of those is positive and one of them is negative. The white dashed one has current, when I test it with the multimeter, from both prongs on the wall outlet side of it. But I can't plug it in and test which side is positive because I'm going to be soldering it in about 5 minutes. So that's my project, and hopefully it goes well and it works. Anyways, I don't have anything else to say, so KE8WVV, I'll hand it back to the net.
Just stick around and listen. We'll be clear with KE8WVV. Now let's head out to Hiram. Kevin, KE8EGH, what do you got for the net this morning?
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I had negative 22 yesterday. I live 5 minutes away from Burton, so I'm still in Geauga County, so I was going to work, and negative, as soon as I hit Burton, it's pretty wild. It jumped up to negative 12. Did the same thing for another guy I work with. He lives just over in Freedom area, Garrettsville. So it's pretty wild. But yeah, getting ready. We're going to head down North Carolina next weekend to see my granddaughter and daughter and son-in-law. And then I get back, and then I go to Tennessee for a week. Then I get back, and a couple weeks after that, we go to Disney. So I got some traveling coming up, which is nice in a way. But other than that, I might fire up a smoker today. I got to smoke some meat for my other granddaughter's birthday for tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to happen or not because it's so darn cold out there. So I might do another route on the cooking, so we'll see. Other than that, everybody stay warm, stay inside, unless you have to definitely go out. And if you have to, dress up, warm, layers, don't overdo it. Have a good day, KEADGH.
W8WKY.
All right, we'll be clear with Kevin. Yeah, I don't think I'd fire up the smoker today. I enjoy doing that, but the weather's got to be nice. All right, we'll be clear with KEADGH, and that brings us to the bottom of the list. This is the W8WKY Barometer Net, and net control operator is Phil, K8PMI, and I need some check-ins. So call now, please. I'm listening. 88.
Kilo Zulu 8 Tango Golf, KZ8TG, Tim.
Kilo Alpha 8 Mike November Tango.
November 8 Mike Whiskey Yankee, N8MWY, Don and Minerva, 147.39.
All right, I'll pick it up there. I got Tim, I got you, Tom, and I got Don, N8MWY. There was a station that checked in first. I got KD8, but you weren't holding the repeater. Can you give it another try?
KD8YHT, portable. Is this any better?
That is just wonderful. You're up, KD8YHT, on the portable. What do you got for the net this morning?
I got 13.7 below zero. I'm in New Franklin, which is Clinton, Ohio, in the Clinton area. Got a fire in the wood burner. Stay warm, folks. 13.7 below zero. KD8YHT.
All right, David, thank you very much. And you stay warm. Keep that wood burner cooking. We'll be clear with KD8YHT, and let's head on over to Navarre, KZ8TG. What's going on there, Tim? And what do you got for the net?
Morning, Phil. Morning on everybody on the net. You had minus 16 on the weather station when I came down. It's up to minus 15 now. So, woohoo, here we go. Not much going on here today. Cleaning the shack, maybe cleaning the basement. Got a wood burner myself. Got to fire it up here in a second. Maybe watch some movies. So, yep, just take it easy weekend, I think. Maybe run some errands. Wife said she wanted to go to Costco or something, so I'll go dig her out of bed before they get too busy, maybe. All right, yeah, that's it. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. So, hi, good morning, and 73, KZ8TG.
All right, good to hear you this morning, and we'll be clear with KZ8TG. And we'll catch you on down the log there. I'm heading out of town next week, so I won't catch you in the morning till the following week. But Tim and I always seem to talk in the morning, which is a good thing. All right, let's head on down to Canton and get some humor there. Jim was trying to get a hold of you there, Tom, and you must have been sawing logs this morning. But glad you joined us. KA8MNT, this is K8PMI. You're up next on the net.
K8PMI, this is KA8MNT. Good morning, Phil, and everybody else that's on there. Well, I must be in a warm spot because I got minus 9 degrees this morning with no wind and there's been no snow. The barometer is sitting at 30.2, and today's high is going to go all the way up to 17 degrees.
It'll be partly sunny with a 7% chance of snow. And, of course, today is Groundhog Day, I believe. At least my daughter and granddaughter are headed over there to Pennsylvania to see a rodent, look at his shadow, and say we got 6 more weeks of winter. So, I think they're crazy because it's too darn cold. But that's what happens. What else is going on? Nothing else going on. I'm here restoring an old 3D printer, getting it to work right again. I'm almost done. A couple of tweaks and it'll be ready. But other than that, that's all I've got be going today. So I'll grab a quick nickel real quick. K8MNT back. You know, I woke up in the hospital this morning and didn't know where I was, and I asked the nurse, well, where am I? And how did I get here? She says, well, you're in the hospital, and you got here because your wife asked you what was on TV, and you replied, dust. And with that, we're going to say 7-3s, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep smiling. This is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, turning everything back over to the Saturday morning NZO, K8 PMI.
One will be clear with K8MNT. Now let's head on over to Minerva, Don. N8MWY. That's N8MWY. Don, what do you got for the net this morning? This is K8PMI.
Hey, good morning, everyone on the net. And John, MKR, good morning to you. Radio sounds good. Over here in Minerva, actually just north of Minerva, Paris Township, if you know where that is. I usually say Minerva because there's a Paris Township up in Portage County and don't want to confuse anybody. Anyhow, temperature, well, if you believe my cell phone, it says -11. If you believe my Alexa, it's -14, so not sure. The weather station up on the tower has a dead battery, and I don't want to climb the tower in this weather to go replace it. So either way, it's darn cold, and I think everybody else is experiencing the same. Hopefully y'all can stay in and stay warm. I'm probably going to venture out later, go down and see the girlfriend. I ditched her last week because of the weather, and I probably better not do it 2 weeks in a row. So luckily the car is relatively new. Don't have to worry too much about breakdowns. So that's about it. 7-3s, everyone, and enjoying the net as usual. Can't check in during the week because I'm at work, but I'm always listening. So back to net control. November 8, Mike Whiskey Yankee. 7-3s.
All right, we'll be N8MWY. And, yeah, I'm always listening to
Bravo Victor 5 Delta Juliet, EchoLink repeater, Tiger, Taiwan.
333333500 343313196. And we're about to the top of the hour, but let's do another round of check-in and see what we got. This is W8WKY, Sarah Barometer Net, and I'm listening for check-ins. Call now, please. All right, nothing heard, so it looks like we got everybody that was willing to get up this morning on this cold day. I may even go back and take a nap, but let's send it over to our closer and see what's going on with Carrie. Light Saturday, but we did hit 31. So W8CTM, this is K8PMI. What do you got for the net?
W8WKY.
Good morning, Phil, and good morning to all the check-ins and listeners out there on this January 31st. Boy, we get rid of this month and we get rid of February, and maybe things will start straightening out. But boy, it's a cold one this morning, and I heard I got 9 below zero, or 9.5 below zero here at Portage Lakes, and they said on the news that we broke a record for this date. You know, of course, they got a record breaker every day, but for this date, it was 1948. It was 7 below, so we beat that one. 77 years it took to beat that record, but it is what it is, and I'll be glad when spring gets here, and I think everybody will be. It's been a rough winter this year. It's been, well, it's like we grew up with, but in the last few years, it could be called a rough winter. Anyway, Phil, that's about all I have this morning. I hope everybody out there has a wonderful weekend, that's for sure, and hope everybody's furnace is still working well, and water and everything else. In these temperatures, you can have problems for sure. Anyway, that's about all I have, so I'll say 73 here. This is W8CTM, Carrie at Portage Lakes. Everybody have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy, and do a random act of kindness. That's always a good thing to do any day. So with that, we'll turn it back to K8PMI. And Phil, you can wrap it up. And great net this morning. We had over 50 every day this week. Of course, Saturdays, that's unheard of, those kind of numbers. But we had a great week on the net, that's for sure. 73 all, and back to you there, Phil. Everybody, enjoy.
All right, thank you very much, Terry, and we appreciate your contributions in wrapping the nets up. You have a great day in 73. All right, let me take a break for time. The Barometer Net is a tradition that goes back almost 30 years, when a local group of amateurs got together in the morning to discuss their weather station data. We are grateful to all those who have come before us: Garlock K8BYR, Dorothy WB8JTW, Tom K8DSD, and our net control emeritus Ron KD8CVS. Over the years, the Barometer Net has grown to be a morning staple for local hams to stay in contact, share real-time traffic, gas price information, community announcements. The net meets regularly Monday through Saturday, starting at 7 a.m. and runs for about an hour. Successful nets rely on your participation, so please be a regular check-in. From the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association on the W8WKY repeater, we're at 147 Mark 39 megahertz in Doylestown. We now return this frequency to regular amateur radio use. 73, everybody. This is K8PMI.